Today you're doing Module 3, Lesson 19. So you're going to have to model and use language that I've written here for 1 more, 1 less, 10 more, 10 less, 100 more, 100 less for a number. So I'm going to be giving you a 3-digit number, and you have to figure out how much 1 more is, 1 less, 10 more, 10 less, 100 more, or 100 less for a number. So for example, if I have a place value chart, okay, and I'm going to be using these sentences to help me explain what I'm doing, okay? So let's say I'm doing 110, and I want to figure out what 1 more than 110 is. So I have to fill in that blank. So I'm going to use a pencil so I can erase. So I'm doing 1 more than 110 right now. Hope you can see that. So I'm going to draw 110 on my place value mat. So I have 100s and 110. Since it is 1 more, where do you think I need to add more? In the 1s, the 10s, the 100s? If you said the 1s, you are correct. Okay? So over here, I'm going to write where you would add the numbers. So for the 1s, you would just add it in the 1s place. For the 10s, you either add more or take 1 away in the 10s place. And then here for the 100s, you would go into the 100s place. You either add more or take them away. Okay? So if I'm doing 1 more, I'm adding 1 more in my 1s place, which would be right here. So 1 more than 110 is 111, because 110 plus 1 is 111. Now let's say that I'm taking 1 away. Let me give you a new number, okay? If I have the number, so 1 less, let's say I have the number 234, okay? So I have 200s, 3 10s, 4 1s. Okay? So if I have 200s, 3 10s, 4 1s, and I'm doing 1 less, meaning I need to take away, because less means you take away. So I would cross this off, and then I can look what's in my place value chart. 200s, 3 10s, 3 1s. So that would make it 233. 233. Okay? Now, same thing with 10 more. If you're doing 10 more, you're going to put 1 more 10 in the 10s place, or if you're doing 10 less, you're going to take it away. Let me give you an example. Let's just use the same number this time, okay? So I'm going to use the number 527, 527. I'm going to draw it on my place value chart. So 500s, 2 10s, and 7 1s. Remember, you want to kind of do it in that 10 frame lineup. So 5 in this row, 2 in this row, because 5 and 2 make 7. So I have 527. So if I'm doing 10 more, that would be first. I'm going to add 1 more in the 10s place. So 10 more would make it 537. So here I would write 537. 10 more than 527 is 537. So now I'm going to go back to my 527. And now I'm going to do 10 less. So 10 less than 527. So less, I need to take 1 away, and this gets changed to 517. So that's my number, 517. Notice, it's the 10s, so you're adding more or taking away in the 10s place, not the 1s and not the 100s, okay? And I think you get the hint. For the 100s, if it's 100 more, 100 less, you're going to either add 1 in the 100s place or take 1 away in the 100s place. So now let's do some practice with the sentence frames, okay? Excuse me. So if I have, excuse me, 100 more than 213 is. So you can use your place value chart, okay? Or you can do kind of like unit form in a place value chart where you just write to make it a little bit more efficient, you could write 213 here in the ones place. Since it's one more, you're going to add one more. So 213 becomes 214 because you add one in that ones place. So the answer is one more than 213 is 214. Okay? Same thing with one less than 576. This time you're taking away because it's less. So if I'm going to use that unit form with that place value chart, just write down the digits in the place value chart. In the ones place, I'm taking one away. 6 ones, I take one away. That would be 5 ones. So the answer is 575. 1 less than 576 is 575. 10 more than 952 is, if you don't need to write it in unit form, or you don't need to use your place value chart and you can just count on mentally, meaning just in your brain without any help, that's fine too. So 10 more than 952 is, you're adding 10 more. You can add on your fingers. 952, 53, 954, 955, 956, 957, 958, 959, 960, 961, 962. If you don't need this help, you can use your fingers, or if you already know it in your brain, that's great too. And if you can see that since it's the tens place, you have 5 tens, and then you put 10 more, so that would be another group of 10, which would make it 6 tens. If you notice, the hundreds and the ones stayed the same because you didn't add any in the ones and you didn't add any in the hundreds. The only thing that changed was the tens place. So 10 less than 346. So remember, if it's 10 less, the tens place is the digit that's going to change. So you want to do 1 less. So 4 tens, take 1 away, that would make it 3 tens. So it's 3 in the hundreds because that stays the same. This time you're going to write 3 in the tens and then 6 ones. So if I write it kind of like stacked up in a list, you can see that 3 in the hundreds stays the same. 4 gets changed to 3 because you took 1 away, and then the ones stay the same because you didn't add you didn't add more or take away in the ones, just in the tens. So 100 more than 829. So that hundreds place is going to change this time because you're doing 100 more. So if you have 800s, 1 more would be 900s. Okay? If you're using that unit form, if you need it, you would write 829. Then right here in that hundreds place, you're going to write 929. Okay? As you can see, let me put this lower for you. As you can see, right here, the 8 stayed the same and the 9 stayed the same. Okay? So, I'm sorry. The 8 and the 9 are what changed in that hundreds place. The 10 stayed the same and the 1 stayed the same. So 10 less than 704. Less, you're going to take away in that hundreds place. If you have 700s, 1 less would be 600s. And then that 10 stays the same and the 1 stay the same. Okay? So you got to pay attention to what you're adding or taking away, what place. Okay? One more thing. You need to be able to figure out if it's 1, 10, or 100 that goes in that first part. And if it says less, you need to figure out if it's 1 less, 10 less, or 100 less. The way you do that is you look at the numbers. It will give you the numbers. So it says, less than 299 is 298. So what I like to do is I like to write it on my place value chart in unit form. 200s, 910s, 91s. Then I'll write the second number below it. What do you notice changed? Did the hundreds change? Did the tens change? Did the ones change? I noticed the ones changed. 9 to 8. It looks like it's counting backwards, so it's taking away, which means it's 1 less because the digits in the ones are the ones that change the same. The tens didn't change the same, so it's not 10 less, and the hundreds did not stay the same. It's not 100 less. Let's try it again. So you need to figure out more than 824 is 924. So I'm going to write the numbers right here in the order that they're written. So first, it's that number. Second, it's this number. This is the number that changed. I'm going to write that on the bottom so I can see the change. Does that make sense? So first I write 824, and then I'm going to write 924. So I need to figure out which place changed. Hundreds, 8 to 9. 2 10s still. I'm sorry, the tens, it's 2 10s still. And the ones, it's still 4 ones. So the hundreds place is what changed. And it looks like it's 800 changed to 900, so that would make it 100 more. So you gotta look at which place changed to figure out if it's to be able to fill that in. If it's 1 more, 10 more, 1 less, 1 more, 1 less, or 100 more, 100 less. If that makes sense. So you gotta figure out that part. Okay? Let's look at your problem set. So this is lesson 19 problem set. It says model each change on your place value chart, which is here. Okay? Then fill in the chart, whisper the complete sentence. Is more or less than blank is blank. So you would write like 1 more, then blank is blank, or 10 more, then blank is blank. So here you have all these numbers. For each box, you always come back up to here. So I'm going to help you do this first one, okay? So 242, 100 more, 100 less, 10 more, 10 less, 1 more, 1 less. So you're going to fill in the answer for these. So 100 more, then 242. So it did say model each change on your place value chart. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with the number 242 on here. Okay? So it says 200, 4 10s, 2 1s. Okay? So the first one was 100 more. I'm going to add 1 in the hundreds. So that would make it 342. Now, I don't keep 342 on my work mat. I have to erase it because I have to come back to 242. It's not 100 less than 342. It's 100 less than 242. I got to come back to that number, okay? So every time you make a change, make sure you erase it or put it back, okay? So you come back to 242 every time. So 100 less, I take 1 away. That would be 142. Now I come back to 242. Now I'm doing 10 more. So I need to add 10 more. 1 more in the tens. 252. So I write here 252. I erase it, go back to 242. I'm doing 10 less now, so I take 1 away. That would be 232. Now I need to put that back. Now I'm doing 1 more. So I add 1 more in the ones place. That'd be 243. And then 1 less. I got to erase that. 1 less, 242. I take 1 away. And you can cross it off if you want. That'd be 241. So remember, every time you're filling in that answer, you got to put back the number that's on the top. Oops, can't see that. Put that number on the top. Down here, you're filling in the blanks. This is what I helped you do in the lesson. So you're going to have to either use your place value chart. You can use unit form, or if you know how to count on it mentally in your mind, do that too. Okay? On the back, you're going to have to skip count. You should know how to skip count. If not, you can use your place value chart. Okay, so it's going to tell you either count by ones, by tens, by hundreds. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to skip count, so you don't need me to show you how to do that. Okay, that's it for today.